Hey there watch enthusiasts! Ever wondered what timepiece reigns supreme? The Tudor Black Bay 58 or the Omega Seamaster? Well, today on the Steady Ticker, we're settling the debate once and for all. Buckle up, because we're diving deep into the specs, wearability, movements, and everything in between to help you decide. So, if you're on the hunt for your next wrist companion, stick around as we unravel the mystery. Which one is the watch for you? Let's get started. Welcome to another episode of the Steady Ticker. Do you have a soft spot for watches? Subscribe now to the Steady Ticker and click the notification bell to keep posted on the latest news on different luxury watch brands and its industry. We create contents on trivias, intricacies, history, and anything under the weather about luxury watch brands and their models. In today's episode, we compare two iconic timepieces, the Tudor Black Bay 58 and the Omega Seamaster. Join us on this journey as we dissect their features, craftsmanship, and overall allure to help you decide which one deserves a spot on your wrist. Let's kick things off with the nitty-gritty, the specs showdown between the Tudor Black Bay 58 and the Omega Seamaster. First up, we've got case size. The Tudor Black Bay 58 comes in at a bang-on 39mm, while the Omega Seamaster boasts a slightly larger 42mm. Now, does size really matter? We'll dive into that. Thickness-wise, the Tudor clocks in at 12mm, while the Omega sits a tad thicker at 13.7mm. Lug-to-lug distance? Tudor's got 47.6mm, Omega's got 50. Now let's talk about water resistance. Tudor offers a respectable 200 meters, but Omega goes the extra mile with a whopping 300 meters. That's like the difference between dipping your toe in the pool and doing a cannonball. Bezel material? Tudor's rocking aluminium, while Omega flaunts ceramic. We'll discuss durability and aesthetics there. And last but not least, movements. Tudor boasts their in-house caliber MT5402. While Omega shows off their coaxial caliber 8800. We'll unpack what all that means and how it affects your daily wear. Now let's dig deeper on the movements of these timepieces. It's like comparing engines and a couple of sleek sports cars, each with its own set of horsepower and performance perks. So, on one side of the ring, we've got Tudor, flexing their in-house caliber MT5402. It's got that COSC certification, which basically means it's been through some serious testing to ensure precision and accuracy. Plus, it's got a healthy 70-hour power reserve, so you won't have to wind it up every day like a vintage pocket watch. On the other side, Omega's bringing the heat with their coaxial caliber 8800. Now, this bad boy not only has that COSC certification, but also has the Meta certification, which is like that gold standard for accuracy and resistance to magnetic fields. It's like having a watch that's impervious to the magnetic chaos of everyday life. Pretty cool, right? But wait, there's more. Omega throws in their coaxial escapement, which is like the Swiss Army knife of watch movements. It reduces friction, increases durability, and overall just makes the watch run smoother than butter on a hot pan. So, when it comes to movements, both Tudor and Omega are bringing their A-game. It's like choosing between a well-tuned muscle car and a high-tech hybrid. They both get the job done, but in slightly different ways. Alright, it's time to zoom in on the finer details, the finishing of these timepieces. We're talking about the icing on the cake, the cherry on top, the little touches that make these watches stand out from the crowd. Let's start with the Tudor Black Bay 58. It's got that classic, no-nonsense finishing that's all about functionality. The satin finish on the case, the polished accents on the lugs. It's understated elegance at its finest. And let's not forget about those snowflake hands that Tudor fans just can't get enough of. Sure, they might be a bit polarizing, but hey, they're definitely unique. Now let's switch gears to the Omega Seamaster. This watch is all about the wow factor, the satin finish, the polished edges, the ceramic bezel. It's like every angle has been meticulously crafted to perfection. And that wave motif dial is like a work of art on your wrist. It's clear that Omega pulled out all the stops when it comes to finishing. But here's the thing, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Some might prefer Tudor's rugged charm, while others are drawn to Omega's sleek sophistication. And that's totally okay. At the end of the day, it's all about finding a watch that speaks to you and matches your style. So whether you're into the no-frills vibe of the Tudor Black Bay 58 or the jaw-dropping finishing of the Omega Seamaster, one thing's for sure, both of these watches are true works of art. And of course, let's not forget about the unsung heroes of these timepieces, the bands that keep them snug and secure as you go about your day. First up, we've got the Tudor Black Bay 58. It's sporting a classic oyster-style bracelet with faux rivets along the side for that vintage vibe. Now, some love the nod to Tudor's heritage, while others find the faux rivets a bit gimmicky. The clasp is pretty straightforward, with micro adjustments available through small holes on the side. It gets the job done, but it's nothing to write home about. Now, let's turn our attention to the Omega Seamaster. This watch is rocking the iconic 5-link bracelet that's been a staple of the Seamaster lineup for decades. Some folks swear by its comfort and durability, while others find it a bit dated. But here's where Omega really shines. The clasp. It's got the diver's extension on the fly micro adjustments, so you can fine-tune the fit to perfection. It's like having a custom-made bracelet on your wrist. But you know, no bracelet is perfect. Both the Tudor and Omega options have their fair share of critics. Some find Tudor's faux rivets and basic clasp a bit underwhelming, while others think Omega's 5-link bracelet feels a bit too 90s. It's all about finding the right balance between style, comfort, and functionality. It's time to lay out all our cards on the table and talk about the key differences between these two heavy hitters, the Tudor Black Bay 58 and the Omega Seamaster Diver 300. Think of it as comparing apples and oranges. They're both fruits, but they've got their own unique flavors. Let's start with the design. The Tudor Black Bay 58 is all about that vintage-inspired charm, with its clean lines, snowflake hands, and faux rivets. It's like taking a trip back in time to the golden age of diving watches. On the other hand, the Omega Seamaster is a modern masterpiece, with its sleek lines, ceramic bezel, and wave motif dial. It's like something straight out of a James Bond movie. In terms of size, the Tudor comes in at a modest 39mm, making it a great option for folks with smaller wrists or those who prefer a more understated look. Meanwhile, the Omega boasts a larger 42mm case, giving it a more commanding presence on the wrist. Just like the difference between a compact sedan and a luxury SUV. Both great options, but it ultimately comes down to personal preference. When it comes to materials, both watches have their own unique quirks. The Tudor rocks an aluminium bezel, while the Omega flaunts ceramic. Both get the job done, but they've got their own distinct personalities. So let's talk about tech. The Tudor comes equipped with their in-house caliber NT5402, while the Omega boasts their coaxial caliber 8800. Both are certified for accuracy and precision, but Omega throws in that extra Metis certification for good measure. And last but not least, let's talk about price. The Tudor Black Bay 58 comes in at a more wallet-friendly price point, while the Omega Seamaster commands a bit more of a premium. It's like choosing between a weekend getaway and a luxury vacation. Both will give you a memorable experience, but one might leave a bigger dent in your bank account. And there you have it, the ultimate showdown between the Tudor Black Bay 58 and the Omega Seamaster Diver 300. After diving deep into the specs, movement, finishing, bracelets, and key differences, it's clear that both of these timepieces are true contenders in the watch world. When it comes to value, both watches offer a lot of bang for your buck at their respective price points. The Tudor Black Bay 58 is a solid choice for those looking to kickstart their watch collection without breaking the bank. Its vintage-inspired design, reliable movement, and reasonable price make it a favourite among enthusiasts. On the other hand, the Omega Seamaster is the cream of the crop for those willing to invest a bit more for top-notch quality and performance. With its modern aesthetic, advanced movement technology, and luxurious finishing, it's a timepiece that commands attention and admiration. Now here's the thing, both watches are undeniably good, but at the end of the day, it all comes down to personal preference. If you're drawn to the classic charm of the Tudor Black Bay 58 and find yourself swooning over its vintage-inspired dial, then that's the watch for you. But if you're willing to splash out a bit more for a watch that ticks all the boxes, from movement technology to finishing touches, and you just can't resist the allure of the Omega Seamaster's sleek design, then go ahead and treat yourself. At the end of the day, whether you're a Tudor loyalist or an Omega fan, the most important thing is finding a watch that speaks to you and brings you joy every time you glance at your wrist. So there you have it, the Tudor Black Bay 58 versus the Omega Seamaster Diver 300. Two watches, each with their own unique appeal, but both undeniably worthy of a spot in any watch collection. Thanks for joining us on this journey, and until next time, keep ticking. Want to hear more about watches? Hit the subscribe button below to support this Steady Ticker channel, and click the notification bell to instantly know about our new videos on luxury watches. See you in the next one.